Hello students, in this lecture we will study about the measurement of time period of a simple pendulum. Clear? So first of all we will study here that simple pendulum. What is your simple pendulum? This is your inextensible string, massless string, and this is your heavy point mass. This is your heavy point mass and this is your inextensible string, and second massless. Massless means mass is approximately equal to 0. So this string is massless and this is your inextensible string. There is no extension, and this is your bow, or we can say that heavy point mass, and this inextensible string attached with the rigid spot. So this is your rigid spot. So this is your simple pendulum. This is your simple pendulum. तो सिंपल पेंडुलम में क्या होगा? दिस स्ट्रिंग इज इनएक्सटेंसिबल एंड मासलेस. अगर मैं इसको कंपेयर करूं विद द पेंडुलम ऑफ क्लॉक, द पेंडुलम ऑफ क्लॉक इज नॉट अ सिंपल पेंडुलम बिकॉज दिस इज नॉट दिस स्ट्रिंग. देयर इज नो स्ट्रिंग एंड देयर इज मास. So this is your compound pendulum. This is your compound pendulum. Then what is the length of pendulum? What is the length of pendulum? Length of pendulum is length of string plus radius of the bob. Radius of the bob. So this is your center, this is the radius, this is the radius of bob, and this is the length of string. The length of pendulum is from this rigid spot to center of the bob. That is your length of pendulum. So in length of pendulum, length of string plus radius of the bob, that is the length of pendulum. And here we perform an experiment with variable length. In first, the length of pendulum is 25 centimeter. In second case, the length of pendulum is 36 centimeter. Means in first case, length is 25 centimeter, and in second case, we increase the length, and that length is 36 centimeter. In third case, length of pendulum is 49 centimeter, and we take the oscillation. We note the time period, time for 20 oscillation. And what is the time for 20 oscillation? In first case, time for 20 oscillation is 20 second, and in second case, time for 20 oscillation is 24. Same for other cases. When length of pendulum is 49, then time for 20 oscillation is 28, so on. Then how to determine the time period of simple pendulum? So we have the time for 20 oscillation. To determine the time period, divide this time with 20 because number of oscillation here is 20. So what is the time period? Time period we represent with capital T, the time taken to complete one oscillation. Time taken to complete one oscillation is the time period. Is the time period. Here in first case, time for 20 oscillation. Time for 20 oscillation is 20 second. Time for 20 oscillation is equal to 20 second. Therefore, time for one oscillation is 20/20, that is equal to 1 second, and this is the time period. This is the time period. So what is the time period when length of pendulum is 25? In that case, time period is 1 second. So this is your in second. What is the time period when length of pendulum is 36 centimeter? What is the time period? Time for 20 oscillation in that case is, time for 20 oscillation is 24. So divide this with 20. Time for 20 oscillation, time for 20 oscillation is equal to, that is 24 second. So this is your 24 second. Then time for one oscillation, that is 24/20. So after solving this time become 1.2 second. The time period is 1.2 second when length of pendulum is 36. So what is the observation? When we increase the length of pendulum, from 25 to 36, there is increase in time period. For 20 centimeter, time period is 1. For 36 centimeter, time period is 1.2. So there is relation that with increase in length of pendulum, there is increase in time period of the pendulum. लेंथ इंक्रीज करने से टाइम पीरियड जो है पेंडुलम का वो भी क्या हो रहा है, इंक्रीज. एंड व्हाट इज द रिलेशन बिटवीन द दिस टाइम पीरियड एंड लेंथ ऑफ पेंडुलम? नाउ योर फर्स्ट ऑब्जर्वेशन, व्हाट इज योर फर्स्ट ऑब्जर्वेशन? लेंथ इज 25 सेंटीमीटर. इन दिस केस टाइम पीरियड इज 1. Length is 25 centimeter and that case time period is 1. What is your last observation? Last observation, that is length of pendulum is 100 centimeter. Length of pendulum is 100 centimeter and in this case time period is 2 seconds. Then what is the relation? That there is change in length. Length become 4 times. 25 के लिए जो मेरे पास टाइम पीरियड है दैट इज 1 सेकेंड और 100 के लिए जो टाइम पीरियड है दैट इज 2 सेकेंड. तो व्हाट इज द रिलेशन? देयर इज 4 टाइम. इफ यू मल्टीप्लाई विद 25 विद 4, द लेंथ इंक्रीज्ड 4 टाइम. इफ यू कंपेयर दिस फर्स्ट रीडिंग विद द 6th रीडिंग, इन दैट केस लेंथ इंक्रीज्ड 4 टाइम एंड टाइम इंक्रीज्ड डबल. Time increased double means length increased 4 times and time increased double. So what is the relation? Your relation is T is equal to square of time period is equal to, or T is equal to under root L, or we can say that square of T is directly proportional to length. Square of time period is directly proportional to length of the pendulum. So this is the relation between the time period and pendulum. So your T square is directly proportional to, or T is directly proportional to under root L, or T square directly proportional to L. If we remove the proportionality, then this T square is equal to constant into length of the pendulum. So therefore T square upon L is constant. Value of T square upon L is constant. And what is the relation between time period and length of the pendulum? That time period of pendulum is directly proportional to square root of length. Now next is your graphical representation, that is graph between T square and length of pendulum. Graph between T square and L. So this is your, what is the graph between t square and L? This is your y-axis, that is t square, square of time period along y-axis, and length of pendulum taken along x-axis, and this is your y-axis. Now what is the relation between t square and length of pendulum? There is increase in value in t square. This is the value of t square: 1, 1.4, 1.9, 2.5, 3.2, 4, and length of pendulum also increased 2.25, then 36, 49. It means the value of t square increase with increase in length. So there is direct relation, and when the two quantities are directly proportional to each other, then graph between them is straight line. The graph is straight line. So this is your graph between t square and L. Now find the slope of the graph. And to find the slope of graph, consider 2 points on the graph. This is your first point, this is your second point. So corresponding to this point, length of pendulum is, this is your L1. Let L1 is the length of pendulum corresponding to this point, and time period of pendulum corresponding to this point is T1. This is your second point. Find the length corresponding to this point. So draw a projection on the x-axis. So this is your L2. The length corresponding to this point is L2, and square of time period corresponding to this point is T2. Now find the slope. And what is the slope? Slope of graph is equal to angle, that is tan theta. And what is the tan theta? So in right angle triangle, tan theta is equal to perpendicular over base. So therefore make a triangle here. So this is your triangle, right angle triangle, and in this right angle triangle, what is your perpendicular? This is your perpendicular. What is the value of perpendicular? Up to this value is T2, and up to this value is T1. Therefore this value is T2 minus T1. Value of perpendicular is T2 minus T1. And base, what your base? This point is L2, so this length is L2 minus L1. So this is your L2 minus L1. So what is the slope? Here slope is perpendicular T2 minus T1 upon length L2 minus L1. And here slope is remain constant. The slope of this graph is constant because there is a straight line, and at every point angle is same. Here at this point theta is the angle, suppose at this point again same angle is there, at this point again same angle is there. So therefore slope is constant. The slope is constant. So what is the result? The slope of t square L graph is constant. Slope of t square and L graph is constant. And but the value of this constant? Value of this constant is 4 pi square upon g. Value of this constant is equal to 4 pi square upon g. And this constant is slope of graph. This constant is slope. Therefore slope is equal to 4 pi square upon g. If you want to determine the value of g, so how to determine the value of g? The value of g is equal to 4 pi square upon slope of t square L graph. If you want to determine the value of acceleration due to gravity, the value of acceleration due to gravity is 4 pi square upon slope of t square and L graph. Clear? So you can determine the value of g with the help of simple pendulum. So your you can perform an experiment or you can determine the value of g. So how you find the value of g, value of acceleration due to gravity with simple pendulum, with simple pendulum. So how to determine the value of g with the help of simple pendulum? First, this with the variable length, find the time period of the simple pendulum. Clear? Then plot a graph between t square and length of pendulum. First, find the time period of pendulum at different length. अलग अलग लेंथ पे आपको टाइम पेंडुलम का टाइम पीरियड डिटरमाइन करना है. देन स्क्वायर ऑफ टाइम पीरियड, प्लॉट अ ग्राफ बिटवीन स्क्वायर ऑफ टाइम पीरियड एंड एल एंड फाइंड द स्लोप. फर्स्ट स्टेप इज टेक द वेरिएबल लेंथ ऑफ पेंडुलम. अलग अलग लेंथ लेनी है पेंडुलम की और टाइम पीरियड क्या करना है आपने नोट करना है. फिर ग्राफ प्लॉट करना है. बट इज द सेकेंड स्टेप, प्लॉट द ग्राफ बिटवीन टी स्क्वायर एंड एल, find the slope. Third step is find the slope from the graph and apply this formula, that value of g is equal to 4 pi square upon slope of t square and l graph. तो जो आपके पास slope आएगी वो वैल्यू यहाँ पुट करनी है and divide multiply this with 4 pi square and divide with the slope and you get the value of acceleration due to gravity. So here we studied that how to determine the value of g with the help of simple pendulum first, and what is the relation between the time period of simple pendulum and length of simple pendulum, and what is the value of constant. Now what is the variation, what is the formula of simple pendulum, time period of simple pendulum. So here with this observation from table, the square of time period is directly proportional to length of pendulum. Square of time period directly proportional to length of pendulum. If we compare the first reading with the sixth, then there is increase in length 4 times, 25 to 100, and time period is also increased from 1 to 2. So this is your relation, that t square is directly proportional to L. After removing the proportionality, we use the constant. That constant into length of pendulum, that is L. So what is this constant? The value of constant is 4 pi square upon g. So put the value of constant. But the value of constant is 4 pi square upon g into L. Now this t under root of 4 pi square L upon g. Under root of 4 is 2. What is the under root of pi square? That is pi under root L as it upon g, and this is the formula of time period of simple pendulum. That is t is equal to under root L upon g. So what is your formula? That t is equal to 2 pi under root L upon g. So with this formula, with increase in length there is increase in time period of the pendulum. T is equal to 2 pi under root L upon g. If g is constant, then t is directly proportional to under root L. First. Second, if length of pendulum is constant, L is constant, in that case time period is inversely proportional to under root g, that is acceleration due to gravity. So with the change in acceleration due to gravity, there is change in time period. With increase in value of g, there is decrease in time period. And what is the variation of g? Acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity, this is your earth. On the surface of earth, acceleration due to gravity is maximum. And with increase in height, there is decrease in value of g. And with depth, there is also decrease in value of g, and at the center of earth value of g is 0. With this there is a variation in time period. If there is change in acceleration due to gravity, change in value of acceleration due to gravity, then there is change in time period of the simple pendulum. Clear? Okay students, thank you.